Hey folks, and all be all here, and we're back with the week three. Got a really special one for you guys today. We are facing WildNZ, who a lot of you might be familiar with him if you follow the leaderboards. You will notice that WildNZ comes pretty much quite a lot in the top of the leaderboard. He has been a Kyber contender. That's his title, which means that he's been in the top 10 before. In fact, I was chatting with him. He mentioned that last 3v3 season, he got ranked two in Division Three, I believe he was at that time. So that's pretty wild. It's amazing to have to go up with an opponent of this caliber. So heavily offensive and efficiency oriented player. Very good. Very active in the Gambit community. You'll see quite a few posts from him in the Gambit Discord server. And excellent in terms of analyzing the opponents and all that. Just like me, Wild NZ is great at figuring out stuff from the opponent's point of view from Excel. So he's amazing with Excel and all that. He shared a few tools with me in the past as well. So really good opponent, very quality one. So this match I knew going in was going to be quite a challenge because Wild NZ has been following my videos for a while as well. So he knows exactly how I think, what's my comfort zone, where I might struggle, and I was sure that he would try to tailor his defenses according to that. Before we go into the actual matchup itself, the matchup with Valdenzi was my second match for this week, so I'll give a brief overview of my first match. I didn't record a video for this. I didn't record commentary for this. It was a pretty straightforward match. My opponent could only clear one zone of mine. They kept quite a lot on defense, I think, but anyway, it was nothing much to really talk about. It was more of a mismatch. Let's move on to a match with Wild and Z. Now, in terms of roster, Wild NZ has four GLs just like me. He doesn't have Ray, and I don't have Sith Eternal. But otherwise, his mods are pretty comparable to mine. I think I might have a little more roster depth than him, just because I've got the Bad Badge geared up, for example, and a few others. But just like me, he has got the Executor as well. He's got his at 4 stars. I've got mine at 6 stars. But he's probably the only other guy in the group that we had who has the Executor. And you can see the lifetime banners over here, about 900k lifetime banners, which means he's pretty successful in GAC. Yep, pretty decent defense, 535, and that tells me he's more of an efficiency player. So let's go in and see what we have for us. Now, Wild NZ decided to go ahead and attack. By the time that I got to go, which was 7 hours in, Wild NC's all had already attacked, so I had a score that I could go for. And his score is pretty decent, 3119. He only lost one battle. So, he managed to almost one-shot my board, and that puts a lot of pressure on me. But you can see the zones that I kept. I didn't keep any GLs on defense. Well, at least not in the south zone. I kept one at the north. And my reasoning was that, in case Wild NZ decided to go really, really heavy on defense and keeps all of his GLs on defense, blocking the south zone, for example, then I would need to be able to block both the zones. So I kept my Ray on top. I kept a few tough teams which are reasonably difficult to take out without a GL, just to make him struggle. And that way I would hedge my bets and then still be able to clear a couple of zones and win. But he did not go down that route. He did not go heavy defense. I thought he might throw me for a spin, but he did not do that. He went with his natural game, efficiency, and he converted this match into an efficiency match. Now, I tend to I play efficiency better than the average slugfest player, and I play a slugfest better than the average efficiency player, because what I do is I try to get my opponent out of their comfort zone and into my comfort zone. But what Wild NZ has done is his comfort zone is efficiency. He's forced me into an efficiency match, which I did not like at all, because I'm playing in his background, in his playground right now. So let's see how it's done in my defenses. So I've kept JKL, Darth Revan, Gas, and CLS over here. He managed to one-shot everything in the front for pretty decent banners, and I think only he took one or two GLs against it. One other thing is, Wild NZ was kind enough to record all of his videos, so I will leave a link down below in the comment section, in the pinned comment, with a full playlist, YouTube playlist of all the videos that he's recorded on his for his offense against my defense. So if you want to see what he's taken against me, feel free to go and check out those videos over there. At the back, nothing much over here, just some banner stripping teams. I kept Nest with Grievous because he likes to take in the Mon Mothma team. So really nothing much over here, and everything was one shot as expected. Really nothing, and for pretty decent banners, 53 banners, 52, 53 banners on average. At the top is where I kept my Ray. I kept Newt. So the Ray was with Armorer and Zalbar, which was one shot. I think he took his JKL against it. And I kept Jedi Knight Revan. I'm finding that much better on defense these days, just because people tend to take in something premium against that. Either I've seen people take JKL against it. I've seen people, my current opponent, WildNZ, I believe took a GL against it, which was good to see. And then I've kept my gas team with Echo and Cat. I thought that might pose some problems just because the increased health and defense and offense that Cat gives. That combined with the Jedi Knight Anakin's leadership, which gives 30% extra offense to clones, means that Echo will be hitting for 100, 120k on his AOEs. So I thought that might work, but he was able to one-shot it, I think, using a Jedi Knight Revan. So something I wanted to test out, probably be the last time in keeping that on defense. And then you can see over here, two battles against my Newt, which was, again, amazing to see. GL Newt is one of those characters who never fails to disappoint, always, even against some of the best players, you can get surprised with this. I have failed many times against Newt as well. This particular comp, Newt, B1 and Django, tons of healing, tons of offense, and the ability of Django to nuke someone and prevent revives. That actually makes it pretty impressive as well. Now, my opponent had a 4-star executor, but I decided to keep my own executor on defense because I wanted to, and this was after the buffs to the executor came out. But I wanted to see if I could take down his 4-star negotiator with my own off-meta counter. So that's why I saved both my get two ships on defense, on offense, my malevolence and negotiator. And I also saved my rebels on offense. I felt that a combination of these three might be able to take my opponent's 4-star executor down. And then I kept my own executor on defense and uh, kept a Tarkin fleet as well. And looking at this battle, I was sure that my opponent had taken his own executor on offense, so I wasn't expecting to see an executor on defense. But I was fully prepared for that slugfest in case my opponent decided to keep that. So looking at the score overall, apart from that one fail on Newt, he's done pretty well in terms of banners, very efficient. So I have to be extra careful. I know that he probably won't keep any GL because he took one GL against my Ray, and I knew for a fact that he got 54s and 55 against some of the tougher teams down south. So I was not expecting any GLs in his defense, which is typically the style that he's used to playing. Let's see what he actually has. Tons of now, since he decided to make it into an efficiency match, there's tons of banner stripping teams out here. There's Dooku with Marauder. There's Tarkin. There's Boba, R8 Boba, that too, which is going to be pretty interesting. There's Hux. There's Maul with the Sidious, which seems to be a pretty popular team, and EP instead of Marauder over there. And then down south, he has his Darth Revan with Gideon to lose the 50% bonus for all Sith Empire, but this is supposed to be the anti-Vader comp because Gideon goes, Darth Revan goes, and then puts demoralize on everyone, which means that Vader's offense gets reduced. As it is, Vader has been nerfed against with his offense and all of that, with his merciless massacre, and with the reduced offense from Gideon, he would struggle to take out Darth Revan teams. So this is meant to be an anti-Vader comp, but I was planning to use troopers over here. And then there's Admiral Akbar. There's his own version of Newt, and then there's Grievous over here as well. So I was initially going to use troopers against the Darth Revan squad because my troopers were faster. But given the fact that he's saved all his GLs on offense, I was pretty sure of that. I decided to take my own GL against the Darth Revan and use the troopers for something else at the back. So, you know, this is a Jedi Master Luke is a pretty good counter to this. What I like to do is um, I like to start with reducing his cooldown so that he doesn't fear everyone, so I get a chance to go. And then once the foresight is down, then I do the AoE. And you see over here, it's pretty easy to get someone down over here. I do have, yeah, they do the fear now, but I'm just I'm trying to recover as much banners as I can. There's low banners on everyone, so I'm trying to call Hermit Yura to assist, heal a little bit over there, and again call him to assist and heal. But unfortunately, I'm not able to get anything else done, so it has to be 52 banners. So I do have one banner, one battle cushion because my opponent has dropped one battle, but I'm still trying to be as efficient as I can because you never know when something will surprise you. Then I decided to take in against the Admiral Akbar squad. Now this is an interesting squad. It's got C3PO and Chupio and Chewie, and they get extra speed from Admiral Akbar, so they decide to go first despite Basti's lead bonus. So I take in Cam and I make sure that I take out the main damage dealer over there, Chewie first, Chupio, because I think my opponent has probably seen that I take JTR versus the CLS Chupio 3PO comp. So that's why I didn't want to waste that, and maybe he kept a CLS for offense or something like that. So that's why I took this particular team against it, got 54. Now, next is the Padme. I take Padme against Grievous. Now, I don't have Jedi Knight Anakin because I kept him on defense. So I decide to take in Wrecker and General Kenobi along with Padme. Just because the main damage that is done with Padme team is through courage. Anakin is nice to have, but as long as you have three beefy characters over here, you should be able to take care of the Grievous squad pretty easily enough. You should be able to recover protection, get bonus protection, and then I think Wrecker recovers protection on his own as well. So there's a little bit of protection recovery, but at least there's tons of health recovery and courage generation, which is great. So I've got 10 stacks on General Kenobi. I'm trying to get through this squad as soon as I can. So I have to get through Magna first. And let's see. I've got Wrecker with buff immunity, but Padme manages to heal him, and there we go. We managed to take that out. And a little bit left. Only Grievous is left, so I have to go and do a final hit, and then with this I should be able to take care of it. So I think I still end up with 51 banners, but it's a pretty decent outcome over here for the absence of Anakin. All right, now against the new team, I decided to overkill it. I decided to take my Boba with Han and Chewie. And the reason for that is Boba has got this, you don't want Newt to run wild, so you need to control the battle. So with Boba, I managed to get rid of Newt right at the beginning, stun Django so that he doesn't take a turn, and with all the assists, I should be able to take care of B1 pretty easily. Another stun on Django to keep him controlled. Now he's out of damage immunity. So I overkilled this just because I saw that my opponent also had struggled against it, and I wanted to make sure that I did not allow Django to run free. So this one, not great banners, I think, but yeah, I think only 52, yeah. But it was at least a one shot, and I managed to get through that pretty comfortably. So let's see what's at the back. And we see that we have no GLs at the back, but a couple of tough teams. There's Gas and then one or two others. So a couple of tough teams, but we are able to. We should be able to get through the rest of it pretty easily. So we have 3 GLs of our own. So let's see what we should do over here. Now I think we've got 2 GLs of our own. Yep, SLKR and JML. Now over here, I decided to take JML, JMK, Jedi Master Kenobi versus the Gas. I thought that, GL versus Gas, especially Jedi Master Kenobi, one of the newer GLs. I should be able to get through this pretty fast. But this, as you will see, proved to be a mistake. There's really no damage dealer on my team. If I had Cat, it would have been very simple. Within 5 seconds, gas would have been gone, and then the others would have followed pretty simply. But over here, there's really no damage dealer over here. If Cam was there, it would have been better. Or Grandmaster Yoda, but all of them I had repurposed for other teams. So I've almost lost my mace over here, and these guys are doing tons of damage just because I'm gaining so many buffs. That's another thing which I had completely missed. I'm gaining so many buffs. That's giving the whole 501st team tons of damage due to Gas's lead. So I'm trying to heal up where I can, and but all these buffs that I'm gaining is just making these guys so much more powerful, and I'm not able to get through them fast enough. So you can see over here, because of the buffs to gas, he's standing up twice as fast. And I finally get my ultimate, but Mace is gone. Now I need to get through them as soon as I can. So I need to make gas sit down a second time. But this guy is doing tons of damage, even though he's not critting, because they can't crit through the bonus protection. But the raw offense that they have is quite a lot. And you can see over here, they've gotten through the bonus protection of my snips. And I'm almost through over here to gas, having him sit down a second time. But you can see over here, my snips is almost gone. I need to find out some way to save her. So one character down, I do the healing on and damage immunity on snips to save her. And then I need to get rid of Echo, and that I do. Now I need to get rid of gas. Now, again, big problem here because snips is gone. And I don't know if I'll be able to complete this battle because, yeah, there you go. Snips is gone. And this guy is going to counter quite a ton. And even though he's not reducing my max health, but there's just so much damage that he's generated that he's just able to chew through my JML squad. So this was a big shock to me. I didn't figure that Gas would be able to kill a GL without his ability to reduce max health of a GL, but and without his ability to ignore defense. But he still packs a big punch. And so this battle took me by surprise, and I had to pause and rethink what I need to do because I've lost a battle now, and he just like he has lost a battle. So now the battle is the playing field is even, and I need to be really, really careful on how to proceed if I need to win this match because he's got me beat on efficiency. And if I don't one-shot everything, then I'm going to be in trouble. Even if I one-shot everything, I can't afford any 49s or 50s. I have to make sure I get 53 and 54 because that's what my opponent got. That's what WildNZ got. So, really stressed out, really tense right now. I need to clean up that gas, but we'll come back to that a little later. I just have one GL left, so I can only get decent banners, like 55 banners using that one team. That's SLKR. No other GLs left, and I still have got some pretty tough teams to get through, including a gas cleanup. So we have to do what we can to preserve our banners. So let's go in and let's see. Yep, I decided that the next best team over there is Shark T with clones. It's got the ability to. It's got Rex and fives in there. So I decided that that deserves a GL. So I decided to take my Kylo Ren, my SLKR against it. Apart from Shark T, the rest of the guys really, don't really do any damage. The main damage comes from the Rex slates, so pretty easy to take these guys out. 55. So this one is an assured 55. So once that team is taken care of, now the rest of them, I don't have any other GLs left. I need to do what I can to preserve my banners and do what I can. Now against the Treya team, now that team really punches above its weight. I can't allow them to take a turn because they're going to make my banners miserable. So what I decide to do over here is take my troopers against them. And with troopers, you need to attack Nihilus first because in case you debuff the others, you will give Nihilus turn meter, and then he will go and do health down and reduce everyone's cooldowns. So took out Nihilus first, then Treya because isolate will give me problems, and then took out Scion over here for 53 banners, which is a good outcome against Treya because she reduces your, your health and protection based on the assist calls, which troopers do a lot. All right, now let's see. The next squad, the next toughest one, I think, is the Huck squad, and I decided to take Gideon and uh, Thrawn and Vader in there just for some additional control. I'm not going to do the turn meter reduction because I lose turn meter with the Hux in there. I won't be able to gain anything. So I just decide to do an armor shred. And Gideon in there with Demoralize also helps reduce some of the damage that these guys do because these guys have got accelerated damage because of Huck's lead. So I don't want them to assist and give me problems with that. So I'm able to take care of Red Trooper, the biggest damage dealer, with a basic, and then not able to get rid of Hux right away. But I need to make sure that I'm keeping these guys topped up. And yeah, these guys assist a lot, especially with dominance in there. So I need to make sure that I take out Hux before these guys do too much damage and I'm not able to recover the protection back. So now I need to stall a little bit to make sure that I can at least end with some decent protection. So I give this back to Vader so that at least two of my characters will have full protection, and then enter into Merciless and finish it. So that ends with 53. So I need to make sure that I get 53s and 54s in all the rest of these battles. Then the Maul, no, I think I go up against, let's see, which is the one that I take in now. Yep, Jtr Squad. Now, Jtr is another one of the squads that you really don't see on defense, and it can be problematic to take that particular squad out. But Treya is actually a really hard counter to it, just because of all the out-of-turn assists that they do. They lose a lot of their offense also if they gain buffs outside of their offense. And Isolate on JTR really neuters the team quite a lot because she can't call assists, she can't gain any of her buffs. And you've got tons of buff dispelling and all that. So this is one squad which, even though it can really punch above its weight. All of my Treya squad is only G12, and all of these guys on the enemy team are R7, G13. But even then, this squad can really punch above its weight. So if you see a JTR squad, a lot of people take sisters in, but sisters can get dicey. I have seen sisters lose as well, Night Sisters, especially if they land healing immunity and days on Daka, for example. But all the debuffs that these guys do, and these guys do tons of debuffs. All the debuffs that these guys do really don't make any difference at all to Treya, just because these guys cleanse all the debuffs as long as Treya is around. So battle takes a while, but I am able to get through them. I keep the Isolate on JTR and wait till I get to my Annihilate and get rid of JTR. And now it's just a question of making sure that I end with decent banners. I may not be able to recover all of the protection on Scion, and maybe not even, I think I'm just able to recover enough health on him and able to end with 51 banners, which is the most likely outcome with Treya, but at least it's a one shot. So I lost a couple of banners more than I wanted over there, but I think with JTR I did not want to risk sisters, and I have very limited amount left. Now I have my own JTR squad available, so I used that on offense against the gas. I wanted to take the gas out in a single shot. JTR does that very well. She can reduce his turn meter, go into hiding, into stealth, so that even if gas gets a turn, he can't counter back if your allies are in stealth. And it's got tons of foresight also, which means that in case gas goes, he will whiff on the foresight. But in this case, I didn't allow the gas to take a turn, and I was able to clean it for a cool 34. So able to make back at least some banners over there. I didn't want to lose another 10 banners with another potential cleanup with gas. So it was a big team, very expensive to take JTR against gas, but I wanted to get that down in one shot. Now, Bounty Hunters. Now, this one I wanted to use against the timeout team of General Kenobi, which was there with Wampa and Cody. So Wanted to make sure that I get the contract out, so attack the weakest character, in this case Wampa, and then just try to target him as much as I can and try to take him down. Um, with the extra defense and protection that Bosk has, Wampa was really not able to do much damage. He did daze everyone, which was unfortunate because I wanted to call everyone to assist over here. Wasn't able to get that done. But I did manage to cleanse that daze and then go after these characters one by one. Just trying to go after all the characters who are the weakest, just so that I get to my contract fast. And there you can see now I've got my contract. All I need to do is get rid of Wampa, and then yeah, get rid of Wampa, and then I should be able to get the other characters out because they don't have any much damage, the other ones, and I should be able to take my time and disintegrate them one by one. No big deal. So against timeout teams like this, an option like BAM, or not BAM rather, but Mando is pretty decent. I managed to ensure that I end with full 54 banners over here because I need all the banners I can get. It's going to be a really tricky matchup. So take care of Cody over here. A little bit left, but there you go. Cody is down, and now I just need to wait for my disintegrate to come, take out Kenobi, and end with full health and full protection on everyone. So far so good. I'm uh, I'm doing okay. Not dropped any more battles. Nothing too expensive in terms of banners. Bottom zone is cleared. Now I have to clear out four more teams at the top with whatever I have left. So I'm trying to figure out the teams that I have left and trying to see which works best against which characters. Now I've got the Bad Batch team, and usually I use Wrecker, but this time I decided to use Hunter and Echo and Tech. I use Tech instead of Wrecker over here against this Dooku squad. This is again another one of those banner stealing squads, but with Tech in there to immediately follow up can give tons of debuffs, and I luckily managed to get everyone stunned. Now, the daze is really important. Daze and healing immunity is really important in Marauder because any out of turn attacks that these guys do, he's not going to get any turn meter. He's not going to heal in case it decides to go. Even Dooku, if I hit him now with Daze, he's not going to be able to hit me back. So these guys are like a really good counter against these B separatist squads. Um, especially with all these specials that they have. Dooku did manage to go, so I need to focus down on Marauder and get him out before I can touch Dooku or Droideka. But you can see over here, I've got some amount of defense up, which means these guys are able to uh, get damage done through their abilities on everyone, the true damage done. So you can see over here that recovered full protection on everyone, and I am able to end with 54 banners on a team which is typically meant to be banner stealing. So I was pretty happy with that outcome. Bad Batch on offense did a pretty good job against Dooku. They do well against crew teams as well, and anything where true damage really shines, these guys do a wonderful job. So now I've kept my Finn team on offense. I've seen that my opponent usually takes the Finn team out pretty easily, so I decided to keep it on offense and use their speed to really take out some other characters, some other tough teams pretty effectively. So here you can see this is Boba lead, and this is R8 Boba. So I need to make sure that I get rid of him before he does any damage. Um, so you can see over here the banners are not great out here. These guys are doing tons of debuffs and tons of thermals. Again, this is another one of those banner stealing teams, but I need to make sure that I recover at least some amount of banners. So I've got uh, I've got full banners on Finn, but not able to recover the full protection on both the heroes, which is why I end with about 52 banners over there. I'm still doing about 52 to 54, so I'm okay so far, but it is going to be close. Now let's see. I have my BAM team as well, so I decided to take the BAM team. Also is again amazing in terms of banner recovery, just because they've all three characters have got ways to recover protection. So I take it against this particular squad, which typically tends to be banner stealing because there's tons of AoEs over here. The good thing about the squad is all the debuffs that these guys have The moment IG-11 takes a turn, he sheds all the debuffs on the allies, and then he gives them in the form of dots to the opponent. So you can see my opponents have got tons of dots over here, and that's doing making them soft and giving them tons of damage, which is why both those characters, Maul and EP, were able to be taken out so early, just because of all that damage. Now I just need to make sure that I have a few heals available. And unfortunately, EP went, Darth Sidious went over there and did an AoE, which is why I lost a little bit of protection on everyone and ended up with only 51 banners. So that was a little unfortunate, but still doing okay. At least I'm not dropping a battle. One final battle left. I've got my crew, Fox, and Wat Tambor, and I want to make sure that I end with full 54 banners over here. So what I do over here is give the tank tech to crew first. These guys have got some amount of AoEs and all that, so I need to make sure that there's enough recovery on everyone. So what I did was, instead of giving the weapons tech to Fox, because weapons tech does not ignore armor anymore, and turn meter generation is really not that useful for this one, and there's nothing over here to prevent revives. So instead of giving the weapons tech to Fox, I gave him the health tech, which recovers some amount of protection anytime anyone goes. I think 5% or something like that, because protection recovery is much more important than anything else at this stage, especially with all the AoEs that these guys do. And Fox, even without weapons tech, he does tons of damage and manages to ramp up his offense. He ramps up his health, and then his damage also ramps up in proportion. So I should be able to get through these guys pretty easily. So that's why I made sure that I have the regen techs on both my characters. So there you go. Fox has taken out everyone except one of them. Now I need to make sure I end with decent banners on Watt, and then I should be good. So luckily, Watt managed to take a turn and recover full protection. And with this, I end with full 54 banners over here. So character zone is done. We are, let's see what ships we have at the back. So we got through the character zone more or less untouched. And you can see over here, he's kept a couple of weak ships, Malevolence and uh, Chimera. Doesn't have the Executor or the Negotiator as expected, because I think he wanted to one-shot my board and put some pressure on me. But I can go ahead. At this point, I do some calculation, and I think I need to get about 57 in each of the ship battles in order to win. So that is doable as long as I one-shot it. And I've got both my get-to ships, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. So I take the Malevolence versus the Empire fleet. And I just taken 2 reinforcements because I need every single banner that I can get. And here I target the TIE bomber first. I need to make sure that I get to my ultimate before the enemy does, or I need to take out the enemy ships before Thrawn gets to his ultimate, because then I lose 3 banners just like that with Thrawn's ultimate, where he takes out one of my ships. So I took out Imperial TIE bomber. Now I'm just taking out Vader. I call in Spy to make sure that I do a few assists in order to ensure that loss. And then, Emperor Shuttle comes in, but I get rid of Gauntlet, and now just one more ship to go, and then I should be in a good shape. So far my ships are okay. I've not really lost any ships, and I've lost protection on a bunch of them, but still managed to end with about 64 banners. So as long as I one-shot the other zone, I think I need about 50 banners in this Malevolence battle, and I should be comfortable. So I take it my own Galactic Republic fleet. It's usually a given. Galactic Republic, should be able to one-shot the Malevolence, no problem at all. I prefer to go with the Rex lineup to start with. And then I wanted to ensure the one-shots. That's why I got in a few extra ships. I probably didn't need 5s in there. But I just wanted to make sure I got the one-shot. So I go in here, and it's a pretty straightforward battle with Rex in there. I do an AoE and take out Soldier first, because he can get a little irritating being under stealth at times. So he's out. Now I just need to work on Sunfac um, and the Hyena bomber, and then we should be good. So Hyena bomber, as expected, has got the buzz droids out. So I get in my plow, manage to get some healing done. Another reason why I really love to start with Rex is because of the banner recovery. On Resist, these guys, the Galactic Republic fleet tends to gain a lot of protection back. So that really helps out, especially against a Malevolence battle, which can get banner stealing. You can see over here, these guys almost took out my plow, and now with this, my plow is gone. So that's a loss of 3 banners, just like that. But as long as I one shot, I think I should be fine. So there goes Sunfac. I do my ultimate. Sunfac is gone, and so is the other ship. Just one more ship left to take out, and I should be good. I get in my Ahsoka. I could have probably done an AoE, and that would have been fine as well. In fact, that might have gotten me more banners. Um, Little bit of protection recovery on Annie. And I think one more big hit and I should be done. There we go. So end with a total of 61. Not the best, but it was more than the 50 that we needed. So in the end, we won by about 11 banners, or 12 banners rather. My opponent's score was 31-19. I needed 31-20 to win, and I got 31-31. So, kudos to my opponent, WildNZ, for making me struggle like that. I didn't think this battle would get that tough. I thought I had enough room, especially with 3 of my GLs on offense and no GLs on his defense. I thought I had more than enough room to one-shot everything, but this was a tough battle. Whenever you're playing an efficiency game, you always are under the stress of preserving battles. Both of us, my opponent and I, both of us lost banners on one dropped battle, but in the end, 12 banners is what made the difference in terms of efficiency. So, I love to repeat this, but every single banner counts when you're going for these efficiency matches. So a very satisfying match. Is one of the best matches I've had in a while. I typically don't like playing efficiency, but this one really had me thinking because there were some fringe teams that I needed to optimize towards the end. So really good battle. Big congrats to WildNZ for a good match, and thanks a ton WildNZ for recording all of the videos of your offense. I'll leave a link down below. Feel free to check them out. So that's the battle for today. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. My finals also is going to be good. It's against a 900k opponent guy, banners guy who has 5 GLs to my 4 GLs, so he's got a little bit of an advantage there. But I might record some commentary for that as well tomorrow, and upload that. But until then, I will catch you guys later. Happy gaming and take care.